Under the emergency powers COVID-19 orders, cruise ships, yachts, and commercial craft seeking shelter in the Bahamas during the COVID-19 pandemic must first get approval and then follow the strict protocols of the Bahamas Maritime Authority to ensure the safety of Bahamians and residents. Our Altaviz Munnings spoke with officials.
There have been no ships docked here at the Nassau Harbor for the past 2 weeks. Norwegian Cruise Lines was the last ship that was anchored here in New Providence. In fact, Bahamas Maritime Authority officials tell us that there are no ships docked anywhere throughout the country. Bahamas Maritime Authority's CEO and Managing Director, Captain Dwayne Hutchinson, gave us this update from London.
Currently, we have just over 16 ships that are what we call in our territory waters, where they're anchoring offshore. They come from a range of different companies. We have a broad spectrum of the passenger ship sector, which is reflective of our position within the world in terms of passenger ship. But that number will fluctuate as the ships come in, and obviously some of them may shelter here, and others have already indicated that they're making plans to perhaps proceed on to different destinations.
The competent authority has asked the Bahamas Maritime Authority to assist with implementing protocols for cruise ships, yachts, and commercial craft wanting to shelter in the Bahamas during the COVID-19 pandemic. Chairman Denise Lewis Johnson told us that cruise lines have to apply to government, then combined approvals must be authorized from the Bahamas Maritime Authority and Port Controller in consultation with the Ministry of Health and the Attorney General's office.
If there is a need for fuel or food, then those are dealt with specific protocols governing the process of receiving that. But it is important to note that there is no interaction with our populace, and there is no one coming off board.
There are 1,520 ships registered in the Bahamas, including general cargo, tankers, container and passenger ships, offshore units, among others, totaling 65 million gross tons. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, though, the Bahamas Maritime Authority is operating business as usual.
We have positioned ourselves well where we had a well-trialed and tested business continuity plan. Of course, London has always had some challenges from a security perspective. And obviously, globally, there's been a reason for us to implement plans to prepare us for such cases. So immediately we saw from the Asian started moving westward, we were able to implement those plans, put in place all the systems that we had tried and tested, and all our staff were up and running. So for all intents and purposes, all the customers we deal with feel as if it's just business as normal. But we call it now the new normal.
Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.